So this evening, very quick talk about Hammer.js. Who has heard of Hammer.js? Yeah, Hammer.js. Yeah. It's famous, man. Okay. So in the documentation for Hammer.js, this is not going to work. I'm going to skip this. You're meant to listen to MC Hammer. So when you're developing. Okay, it's a little bit tiring after a few hours, but you know. So this evening I'm going to show you kind of like my first experiments in touch with Meteor. So I'm really interested in kind of using touch in our Meteor apps. And I asked kind of Alan, I was kind of, what's the go-to library? He said, Hammer.js is the awesome.
Oh, yeah, that's because Alan likes like really big apps.
So how do you get? So you make your Meteor app. Get into your folder. Who's got Meteorite? What down? Yeah, Meteorite. You know. So then you just Meteor add Hammer. Comes in like this, beautiful. And you have got a JavaScript library for multi-touch gestures.
Sweet.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool. So, please don't spend the hours that I spent trying to get it to work in Meteor. Just do this. So this is inside your Meteor client. I don't think you'd ever want to put this in the server bit. But basically, pad is my div that I've got kind of stuff inside my div. You could attach this to the body. I didn't really try to do that. Anyway, so it's pad and it's on this bit here, rendered. So you know normally in Meteor you can go template, whatever your div is, events, something you can put there. What did Alan put there earlier? What did you put?
Some custom helper.
Okay, so but this is like rendered. So basically it means once the template is there, loaded, brilliant, then you do this function and you pass the template into the function. Does that make sense? So now you've got basically you've got your Meteor template in a JavaScript, and then you can just kind of like, then it's fine. You just back in, have the JavaScript down. The elements, short LE is short for element. You can type out in full. You're an idiot. And then you find your item, your thingy, and then you add like a Hammer listen on. So that, then you start listening for events. This is on GitHub. Go to GitHub and that's your joke. So you can load of all the events that we love to do on our phone, all the little things you can do. There's swipe, there's kind of like dragging, all the. You get like an E, which is. You think it's funny? It isn't funny. It's amazing. This is your event, and you pass your event, and then just put it onto console log, and then you're laughing. So once you've got that bit there, you get this. So who's done this with their phones before? Plug your phone into the computer, open up Chrome, remote debugging.
Amazing.
Yeah, cool. Who has done it with an iPhone?
No.
50 quid. Well done, guys. If you want to do this with an iPhone, you've got to invest. So it's good. Take yourself seriously. But I've got an Android phone, so I can just plug it in for free, and I can spend my 50 quid on something else. Maybe a nice T-shirt. Maybe some new shoes. I don't know. Okay, so that you basically, when there's a gesture, so this is my drag end, I get this. This is a massive packed array full of just juicy, lovely data. I think, so from my little experiments with this, I think you can, from any gesture on any DOM element, in this array, you can get to anything else on your page in the DOM. That is amazing. Okay. So with all this stuff, I was like, wow, this is cool. So the thing that I was really interested in doing is multi-touch. So getting two touches at once. So getting one touch and getting something to follow your thumb around is easy. What happens when you add the other finger is it blocks. If you don't have Hammer, or if you're not doing something clever, it just blocks. So basically, you're moving your thumb around and your little element is following it around. You add the other touch and it blocks. It's like, no, that's not what I want. So this is all about the touches array. So inside that hammer kind of like array is the touches array, which adds, you have like touch 1, and here's touch number 2, touch 3, 4, 5, you can do 10.
Up to 10.
I think it could probably do more than 10. But I haven't got any friends. I haven't got enough friends to come round and touch my phone with me. But maybe it's different for you guys. So what have you got? You've got X, you've got coordinate, and then you've got a delta coordinate. So this is awesome. And here is my first Meteor thingy that I made. In your own time. Here's one I made earlier. Hold on. Finger tracker, here it is. I've loaded this one earlier. Okay, so one finger, one touch. Ooh, pretty cool. Two touches. Wow. That's pretty cool. Okay, so what's really exciting, the thing about Meteor that's a deal breaker is native. It needs to be as responsive as native. So here you go. Here we are on Android. Let's get up our developer tools and get some native kind of debugging stuff. Okay. Sorry, I've had loads of free beers. Okay, so here we are. So here we are in Android, and we've got our debugging tools up. So here you go. Here's my X and Y coordinates. This is native. This is the Android stuff. Here it is. That is pretty good. That is good enough for me. I was like, yeah, that'll do. So the blocks that are moving around, that's just HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. That is good enough. It's like, yeah, that took some playing with to get the performance up to that, but that's pretty good. So I was like, yeah, cool, right, okay, let's do some more. So what do you want to do? The classic, the pinch to zoom. Pinch, who doesn't want a bit of pinching? Okay, so here is my my finger pinch app. I might turn off this debugging, which is a bit annoying after a bit. Okay, so the classic, the finger pinch. Here it comes. Oh no, something else. Sorry. Finger pinch. Finger pinch. There you are. Now, you guys can go and visit this, you know, in your own time. But this is like, that's pretty good. I was like, yeah, that's good enough. Again, it took fucking hours. Seriously, like most of Series 1 of Orange is the New Black. Took most of the series. Why? Because the pinch is really difficult. Nobody's fingers hits the glass at the same time. You could get the debug tools out. There's always one finger that goes down a little bit before. And I don't know if how many left-handed people are there here? For fuck's sake. Okay, so for you, minority group, you know, it's much harder. So, well, you need to take into consideration that people's fingers don't hit the glass at the same time. Their pinch gesture is going to be really different, left, right, left, right. So, yeah, it takes a bit of kind of coding to compensate for that and to embrace the humanity of the user. Are there any Rubyists here? Okay, don't go and look at the code for this. It's horrendous and it's verbose. Way too big. Okay, so then after all of this, as you can imagine, I'm totally psyched. I'm like, oh my god, this is amazing. And as you can see, so the thing that I wanted to get into then, let's reload. Anyway, was like the physics. So what can I take from my gesture end, or my drag end, or my swipe? So in that array was stuff like velocity, angle, enough basically to start doing physics. So how many people have studied physics? You guys are amazing. You have the edge. You've got the advantage. I studied theatre. So I was at a total loss. I had like I don't know, an angle and some velocity. I don't know what to do. So anyway, I got some A-level maths books out and kind of flicked through them. I was like, that's not going to work either. So series 2 of Orange is the New Black was spent on this. But here we are. This is the result. So I've got like...
Whoa!
Yeah, man. So, like, of course, like, I'm interested in I don't want to make websites for clicking of mouse and stuff. I want to make websites or things for people to interact with, with their fingers. And you need physics. So after kind of getting into this and realizing that I'm never going to be able to do what I want to, like with my GCSE maths, I got a C. Then I found Famous. I was like, yeah, fuck the DOM. Man, Famous is the future. Don't try and do this at home. Go and do Famous University. That's it. It's my lightning talk. Cool.